Hello there, and welcome to This Explainer. I'm Michelle. When we think about moving in our 50s, 60s, or beyond, it is so incredibly easy to get completely wrapped up in the practical logistics of it all. We tend to focus entirely on the finances, the square footage, all that packing tape, and hitting those closing dates. But today we're going to look at something much deeper. We're going to explore the profound, hidden cost of staying put and talk about how the right environment can actually completely revitalize your daily life. There is a saying I hear pretty often: nobody moves to make friends. And it's true, isn't it? You don't just pack up a house full of decades of memories simply to find a new social circle. But here's the really surprising truth we see time and time again. While you might not move just for your social life, a move often quietly rebuilds a vibrant social world that you didn't even realize was shrinking. So, let's dive into Section 1, the hidden social dimension. In real estate, it is so easy to get laser-focused on the practical side of things. We look at the spreadsheets, the physical space, all the logistics. But right across from that, almost competing with it, is this hidden dimension. It's your community connection, the friendly faces you interact with daily, and your overall vitality. Choosing a home is really about balancing both sides of this equation, even when the practical side is the one shouting the loudest. This brings us to Section 2, the invisible shrinking. To really understand why balancing that equation matters, we need to talk about what I call the invisible shrinking. If your days have been feeling just a little bit quieter lately, I want to completely validate that experience for you right now. It usually isn't this dramatic, overnight change. It's a very gradual shift. You leave the bustling workplace as colleagues retire, the neighbors you used to have summer barbecues with relocate, your kids grow up and move on, and eventually, a neighborhood that once felt completely alive with activity just settles into a deep quiet. That can leave you with a low-level feeling of loneliness that's honestly very easy to brush off as just a normal part of getting older. If you have been feeling that quietness, please know you are absolutely not alone in this. Recent AARP data from December 2025 reveals that 4 in 10 adults aged 45 and older report feeling lonely. It is incredibly common. But just because something is normal doesn't mean it's inevitable, and it certainly doesn't mean it has to be a permanent state. And this isn't just about feeling a little bored on a Sunday afternoon. It's actually quite serious. The U.S. Surgeon General declared loneliness an epidemic in America back in 2023. Research shows that social disconnection can actually accelerate biological aging. Isolated adults show measurably older biological age markers compared to those who stay socially connected. So your social environment is literally vital to your physical health. Which leads us to Section 3, the real cost of staying. We so often assume that staying in our current home is the safe route because, well, it's familiar. But sometimes a beloved family home can unintentionally become a beautiful cage. Everything inside is comfortable, sure, but outside, the neighborhood is quiet and far from amenities. You're dealing with the high maintenance of a large property, which just drains the energy you could be spending on hobbies or travel. It's a beautiful place, yes, but nothing is actually happening there anymore. I would love for you to just pause for a moment and gently ask yourself this question. What is staying actually costing you? The isolation that builds quietly, the precious energy spent on maintenance, the lack of spontaneous connection. Now, none of these are going to show up on a bank statement or a financial spreadsheet, but they are very real costs, and they accumulate day after day. But there is a very hopeful side to all of this. Let's look at Section 4, what moving opens up. Changing your environment is quite literally one of the most powerful ways to organically rebuild a vibrant social fabric. When you downsize to a walkable neighborhood, that means you get those spontaneous chats at the local coffee shop. Moving to a 55-plus active adult community provides built-in amenities where social opportunities are literally designed right into your environment. Or maybe it's moving closer to family. That changes everything. Suddenly, you aren't just getting occasional holiday visits, you're getting impromptu lunches and grandchildren dropping by after school. So how do we begin? Let's move to Section 5, starting the conversation. As a senior real estate specialist, this is exactly the perspective I bring to my clients, because ultimately, where you live deeply shapes how you live. The goal here is really simple. Just look at your current home and ask, is this house making the life I want easier to have, or is it making it harder? The right move brings more connection, more activity, and more of the life you actually want to be living. If any of this is resonating with you today, I want to assure you there is absolutely no pressure to make a decision right now. It is all just about understanding your options. I warmly invite you to explore our free resource library. We've put together guides on aging in place, active adult communities, and there's our Homeowners 50+ page as well. You can explore all of these at your own pace with zero commitment, just to get a much clearer picture of what is possible for you. I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder. Will your next move just be a simple change of address, or will it change the entire rhythm of your days? Thank you so much for spending some time with me for this explainer. I really hope this has given you a supportive, hopeful new perspective on all the exciting possibilities waiting in your next chapter. Take care.